morning, everyone, and welcome to Viva Cafe con Leche. Happy Thursday. I am the Badass Buddha, Lori Monaco, coming to you from a very pretty, sunny, and not too cold this morning, Southern Connecticut, where the high temperature is supposed to be in the mid 60s, which is lovely. But it is a little damp outside, but it's going to be a lovely fall day. So good morning, everyone. I am your teacher, speaker, coach, your chiropractic physician, and your weight loss specialist. And on Tuesday, first time author, soon to be first time author on Tuesday. So welcome.
Good morning, buenos días, mi gente, aquí con la Margarita and this beautiful Tuesday, martes por la mañana here in Tampa, Florida. And it's not sunny here in Tampa, Florida. It's kind of muggy, overcast. It's like the sun is like a groggy wake up. It didn't wake up all the way yet.
Oh, I like it.
And it's kind of chilly. It's been cool. I love. You don't got the extreme cold or the extreme heat. It's that, in between that's just perfect right now. But yeah, who am I? I am the spirit of dance, the lover of love. I am Mother Moon's favorite child. I am your wordsmith, your magically orgasmic, unapologetically courageous Latina woman coming at you today, this beautiful Tuesday morning. So let's make it happen. Good morning, badass.
I like your opening better. Can we just redo this and let me do mine again? Yeah, that was except for the Latina part, because I'm not Latina, but yes, that was beautiful. You're such a wordsmith, and I never grow tired of the way you write and when you speak like that. It's just absolutely fabulous. And for anybody that doesn't know her and thinks that that is the way she talks, I promise you, that's a normal conversation. She tries to find as often as she can. She puts magically orgasmic into something, so she really is magically orgasmic as a result. So
I created that in 2018, and as a matter of fact, I was pulling out some stuff to go to Cali, and I have like hoodies with magically orgasmic on it. I was like, okay, woo woo. So yeah, you have to be. Remember, orgasm isn't about sex. It's about knowing yourself so intimately that your favorite food can arouse that something in you, a smell, a caress of the wind on your cheek. It can be so many things that does not have to engage.
That's correct. That's right. And look at that, just in time, Carmen Nieves coming on, talking about orgasms and the taste and the feel. Carmen loves talking about that stuff, right? Good morning, Tiffany Bryan. Good morning, Tony Beleza Hernandez. Good morning, G Sugar Perez. Good morning, and Argenis is on, and then Argenis said he hung up on Tiff, and then he had to go, and then so he had to go.
That is beautiful. So now my daughter's going to be mad at me because my son-in-law hung up on her just to be able to log on to the show. I love you, Argenis. That was such a great choice this beautiful Tuesday morning. Thursday. I don't even know what day I'm living. Yeah, you made the right choice, Papa.
So you've adjusted. Now, see, you've adjusted back home only to what? You're leaving again. You're just such a jet setter, my friend. You're just such a jet setter. Where are you off to today?
When I say I'm a spirit of dance, and what happens is people get so stuck. People only dance if they're at a wedding or at a party. They don't get up and dance in their own house. They don't put the music on and dance in between dusting. You don't put on your favorite outfit just to sit in front of your computer, or just to just enjoy a cup of coffee, have tea time with yourself, get dressed up, bedazzled.
Oh, that'd be nice.
Enough people don't do that with themselves. So you know what? The balance of life is death. So what do you do in between? That's the only thing that matters. So if you can, do. And if you can't, then read about it and participate.
Oh
and
my God, Henny, that's funny.
and yeah, can you donate to my travel fund today, Papa? So life is about living it balanced and according to what you like and what you want to do, not what everybody tells you you should do or not do, or what you deem that you shouldn't do. Give yourself the honor, the respect, and the permission to live. And that's what I do.
That's beautiful. You've been segueing in. You did this Tuesday too. You segued so nicely into the conversation that we're going to have today, because the conversation is RESPECT. You can finish it. Find out what it means to me. Okay. But we're going to be talking with our phenomenal guest today, Dr. Marion Gibbon, all the way coming to us from beautiful England. So she is, so you're just gonna sit there and you're gonna listen to the fabulous things that she says, but you're also gonna be like just in love with how she says it.
Everybody say thank you to our Janice.
Oh, our Jen. He's so funny.
I love you, Papa. I'll bring you something from somewhere. A rock from Alcatraz. Yes, that's wonderful. Great rising, Bridget.
Oh, Bridget's in the house. Good morning.
I love when I see Carmen and Francia.
Yeah, good morning, Francia. And Gwen is on. Good morning.
Bridget, Tiffany Bryant is just amazing how she's been on since day one. So, Gidget, thank you, Gidget. Good morning, beautiful. And, this is what makes life, roll with ease, without having to always have to put oil on the wheels or anything. They just roll, because this right here, the vibrations, the energies, the love that gets sent, it just reminds us. We had a great conversation about us, Buddha and I, yesterday. It just reminds us of why we get up and do this twice a week. And now I'm going to be on the West Coast. So that means I'm going to be up at 5 a.m. with no sun rising just at that moment. But that's what we do. You do what you love and never allow or let anybody bulldoze what it is you want to do when you want to do it. As long as you're not putting yourself in danger or anybody else around you, just live. Keep that balance going, because we are born to die. It's going to happen. It's inevitable. So in that in between, just grab it by the horns and ride that bull, girl. Ride it.
Good morning to Liza. You ride that bull. Liza, Liza's going to have something to say about that.
Yeah, Liza,
good morning, Liza. Good morning, Jonathan. Pookie Cruz is on. Moyeto is on. Good morning.
Oh, my brother.
Yes. We have the men on today. We missed the men on Tuesday's show. So happy that you're all here. So wonderful that everybody's here. So Gladiator Guru is traveling, and you're going to be gone for how long, Gladiator Guru?
I haven't decided. That's the beauty. It's a one-way ticket so far. It's a one-way ticket. I lived 10 years. I love bulls. Yes.
Oh my God.
So, it's just the way you said that was orgasmic. Buenos dias, Chanel. It's about being, every morning you get up, you're being grateful to God that He's given you another day of life. So you live it well, you live it to the fullest, and you just exhaust every second of that day that you have, and then rest peacefully and start again the next day if you can. Right?
Absolutely.
Salud. What's in your cup?
Oh, I'm drinking Starbucks. I can't wait for your coffee to get here. This is just awful. I really don't like Starbucks. The only reason I'm drinking Starbucks is because when my sister was visiting, that's what she grabbed. She's from the West Coast, so she's always more prone to Starbucks. However, I ended up having her drink Gladiator Guru's coffee, and she and I started to make that, and she's like, "Oh my God, this coffee's so great." So she took a bag home with her when she left, and I got stuck with the Starbucks, and I didn't want to waste it, but I can't wait for yours to come in, and I'm going to just have to have a standing order. You know how those companies do those
Yeah,
monthly,
I'm
they
gonna
do the
have
monthly.
subscriptions.
Oh,
I'm
totally.
gonna
You
have
have to.
subscriptions with the little packets of my new flavors to tease you,
Yeah.
because it's good to be teased and your palate left dancing and wanting more. Yes,
Yes,
that's
you
what it is.
absolutely have to.
Yeah.
Absolutely have to.
Okay, so you're drinking Starbucks. I'm drinking Naturally Orgasmic Cafe. Chanel Real Deal. Tell us what you feel about your organic Colombian blend you bought. Good or bad, a review's a review. Look at my brother, God bless. So, yes, Edie's at my house and she's sleeping. We slept on the back porch in my sanctuary last night because I said, I gotta do the show. And if she would have slept in my bed, Maron, imagine that. So she's sleeping on the back porch. So I didn't even wake her up for her coffee.
Aww.
Birds are, they're singing to her, and it put her, after she tried to wake me up saying somebody was ringing my doorbell. I said, girl, I ain't got a doorbell. Stop waking me up. My alarm didn't go off yet.
Hey, our niece Ruthie's on. Ruthie Wright, good morning. All
Oh,
right.
yeah.
So we
What,
gotta,
what the Chanel said, actually need more coffee to
yeah,
buy.
she's gotta buy more.
But it's
Yeah.
brewing now.
Yep. Yep. She says it's brewing. This is what she said. It's brewing now. I love it because I can drink it black with nothing. Yes, it is. It is smooth. I'm telling you. And we're not just saying that because we love Gladiator Guru and it is her show. So it's not just saying that, I'm telling you, this freaking coffee is good. So I can't wait for
It's a
her
whole ambiance when I roast my coffee. The jazz is playing. I am in my loose clothing gear, and I am
she's
just
having her orgasms while she's doing
stretching.
it.
I got my sage going. I light a pretty white candle. The whole, it's a just a ritual. It's just beautiful because just like when you cook a meal and people love the way you cook, and then all of a sudden you're in a bad mood one day and you cook the same meal you cooked 2 days ago and it tastes awful, too much salt, not enough salt, whatever. And people say, well, that love ingredient. Well, I don't cook. But
She brews a
that's
mean
your
coffee.
energy. That's your energy when you're cooking and you want to cook for your family, and it's just so delicious, and you're always that way until you're in a bad mood. That's how it is. I feel that my vibrational essence and energy have to shift and flow when I'm roasting my coffee beans, because then when you drink it, you're drinking enlightened energy. You're drinking it light. You're drinking. There's no bitterness to it because there was no bitterness in the process of cooking them. And that's my method behind it. And that's how I always want to do my
So
coffee.
do you think out there, tribe, that Starbucks and Dunkin' Donuts puts that love and all that energy into their coffee? I don't think so. So that's why it's important to, once Gladiator Guru sets this up for monthly distribution and you get I highly recommend you do the membership because this shit's like, seriously, it's phenomenal. So with that,
for all those that bought, look at my brother Molieto, Chanel, honey. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. Okay, go ahead.
all right, RESPECT. So let's set our intention and let's do our mantra, and then we'll get our fabulous guest on. So you have the intention, Gladiator Guru.
My intention. I am right. Oh, my spirit has no borders. I am right where I need to be.
Oh, nice. That's the intention you're going to set for today.
My spirit has no borders. Yes, I am right where I need to be.
That's phenomenal. And the mantra for today is, there is no greater respect than self-respect. There's no greater respect than self-respect. So this is exciting because Gladiator Guru and I had a meeting yesterday, and we're starting our planning for 2022, and we're starting to put together our shows and the titles and what we want to talk about, and that's the whole point. We sometimes wait until, not we, I'm saying we as like a collective, we sometimes wait till literally January 1st to actually set those New Year's resolutions. Like, it's like we don't have anything in our head until we get to January 1st. But this is the time that you start planning for 2022. You don't wait till the holidays are over. Let me just get through the holidays. You have to plan ahead, which helps you get through the holidays, because if your plan is to get your finances in control, under control for 2022, then you need to think about what you're doing and be aware of your spending for the rest of the year, because you don't want to go crazy and then be in debt $10,000 more from now until December 31st. And then now you're really starting from a big, so we started chatting yesterday, and we're very excited about the upcoming year. Could you imagine we started in May, but we're heading towards our third year. This is our third year. So this is very, very exciting. So we have to have a conversation on respecting ourselves, because as long as you have that footing, you'll be able to create something great for yourself for 2022 and the rest of 2021. So our guest today is an author, coach, artist, and consultant. Her career has been a portfolio.
Wait, are we talking about me?
Yes, it almost like, right? I know. I said the same thing, because she even puts her stuff on her website, her art. Of course, I always think of you. So it's a portfolio, one that she has worked in many different fields and speaks languages from these. Trained as a teacher and taught biology and science after completing a year of teaching in Surrey. She took a teaching post in Kenya. Upon her return to England, she studied nutrition at the London School of Hygiene and Tropical Medicine. I would love to go to that school. That just the sound of it sounds fabulous. This led to a post with the school as a researcher. Her research was studying the efficacy of local foodstuff amongst children in Sri Lanka. Unfortunately, the deterioration in the country meant she had to leave. The following year, she moved to Kenya. Her work in Kenya was with malnourished children and their families. Whilst there, she had her first child, and after several years in Kenya, left for Nepal. There she had her second daughter and undertook a doctorate which focused on women's health and empowerment. Bless you, boy. Back in England, after over 10 years overseas, she worked in academia and the National Health Service. Through the National Health Service, became a consultant in public health and trained as a coach. She continued to work in the field of public health in a local authority in England. However, she is also an artist and have developed a program that involves using creativity within a coaching process. Her coaching focuses on bringing together mind, body, and spirit to become a fully embodied leader. During that time, she embarked on writing her book, which has involved interviewing some of the incredible women she has met over the years of her career. Yes. Oh my gosh. I think she's a sister from another mister for you. I think she is your soul sister. So welcome, Dr. Marion Gibbon. Yay.
Yes. Welcome.
Hi, Marion. How are you this morning?
Hi there. I'm so delighted to be here. It's so exciting. I'm really happy. It's
wonderful. So you are, how's the weather over there right now over in beautiful England?
It's a bit of a dull, murky day, but it's not raining, so that's great. It's about 12 degrees in Celsius, which I'm not sure what is in your kind of Fahrenheit business.
Yeah, we are neither.
Yeah, I know. I never forget that. It's the same thing in Spain. They do it Celsius. I'm like, it's whatever.
Everywhere does it except us. I think we're the only one that doesn't do it that way. I'm pretty positive. So, okay. So listen, go ahead, Gladiator Guru. What were you going to say?
I was going to ask, what part of England?
So I am just outside Oxford in a place called Banbury. And it's in a delightful little village with red pillar boxes and post and telephone box opposite.
Oh, I love those.
Oh my gosh, those red telephone boxes that people buy to buy. Do they still work?
Yes, they do. However, some of them are now being made sure that they can't be taken away because they want to take them out. But so my friend said she managed to get English heritage to say that they were not allowed to remove the phone box from the village, and so
that's excellent. Excellent.
It's such an iconic symbol of England. I truly, like, I don't think if anybody sees it, I don't think they think of any other place. Is that the only place that they've had those boxes just like that? Or, I mean, it could have been in other areas, but I wouldn't even know.
No, I haven't seen red pillar boxes and phone boxes anywhere else.
So I'm thrilled that they're keeping them. See, in our country, our public phones were awful. They were ugly. And you'd be lucky if you still see them. And I love when I see them, because I love pointing out to my children, do you see that? Do you know what that is? That's when people actually had to stop, get out, put money in, and make a phone call, not, call from their car or wherever they were. So Arjena said 53 degrees. So it's about the same as where I am in the northeast of the US. Gladiator Guru is in Florida, so she's in the southeast. And all right, so it's approximately the same. All right, so let's get started on our respect conversation. So RESPECT, why is respect so vital to our soul, our spirits, life? What do you say, Doc? What do you think?
I love this word. To me, it's really, really important, because respect is, as you've already said, the importance of having respect for ourselves, but we also need to have the regard for feelings and wishes and for others as well. And one of the things that having worked in so many different countries, that the respect for cultures and traditions of others is really sincerely important to me. And so I was delighted when you asked me to come and talk about and have a conversation about respect, because it involves feeling good about yourself, treating others in a way that takes into account how they are and what their feelings are. So it's just so important to me.
Yes, I can see where it makes you happy.
Yes,
because that's what respect does. It gives us our space. It's like our invisible Wonder Woman plane. We're protected, but we're fighting together for the same reward, is to honor and respect each individual and where they come from. And I think culture is, and England has a lot of that too, with the people from India, so when you respect culture, you become a bigger part of something. So when you defend it and protect it, you're doing it for yourself and for your ancestors, and then those that are around you. So I think that's beautiful.
I think the other beautiful part here too, Gladiator Guru, is the fact that Marion, you were able, not only did you have the culture, like Gladiator Guru was saying, within your own country. It's just like the United States. We have so many different cultures, but you were in other countries. You got to meet other women. So can you talk about that a little bit? Can you talk about how alike women are around the world, as opposed to the differences, and with regards to the idea of respect?
One of the things, having been in, as you say, in different cultures, in Nepal, one of the things that there's a passion there in terms of the women, they sit in circle and they share with each other from their heart. They recognize the intrinsic spirit and have a deference to their their faith, and that becomes across as how they appreciate your faith as well, even if that faith is different. It's all to do with having that divine aspect that's within each and every one of us, and being able to recognize it in others. And so that beautiful way of saying namaste, which means I salute the divine in you as it is in me.
Yes. That is. And that, what does that show? That just shows compassion, kindness, and gratitude all in one smile, because it's genuine when the body speaks. and it's genuine. You feel it. So yeah. Oh, that's wonderful, Dr. Marion. I love your energy as you're speaking about it. You're muted.
I know. I just realized that. I'm saying I know. You see how she's like closing her eyes and she's,
feel it. I can feel what she's saying. It's
absolutely
vibrating. And that's a beautiful thing. So go ahead.
What do you think, Marion, that why is it so hard, especially for women, to respect ourselves? Like we'll say that we respect other people and we take care of other people, take care of our children, this, significant others. And it seems like we have respect, but deep down we have such lack of self-respect. Why do you think that happens? And what needs to happen to make that change? And do you see this cross-culturally as well?
Absolutely. Some of it is to do with the position we have within society, and I've seen this in many places, that women don't always have that space and that opportunity to shine their light because they're looked down upon. They don't have the same. In Nepal, the girls often weren't allowed to go to school. It was the boys that were allowed to go to school and things like that. And other places where I've worked, that's been similar. And so if you're looked down upon, then you find it difficult to love yourself. And without being able to love yourself, that respect element becomes really, really challenging. That's my feeling. So I kind of want to help others to be kind of understand the power that they have within themselves, and develop that respect for themselves, so that they can then share that with all those that are around them. So that's kind of my take on that.
So how does that translate to Western society? So it's understandable, of course, if you're in a culture where girls are not, and it's astonishing to me to this day that we still have women that are not allowed to go to school, right? So that's, I could see that in those societies. But what about in our modern day societies? Like, what is it that we have all the opportunities? You could be a woman who's gone to school, got a PhD or a professional doctorate, whatever, all this education, money, and yet there's still that disrespect for self. So how does that happen, and what needs to change with that?
That I still think it is a bit, even though we have those opportunities, if you look at if you see a classroom and a teacher, there's something that is hidden that we need to bring out more into the light, because what you see is the boys put up their hands and they answer the questions far more than the girls. So if you have that, if you make those observations, and so we need to bring into this whole awareness, so that you are able to align your internal and exterior elements, so that the confidence grows from within, so that you can accept the power that you have. Because I think quite often we're more afraid of what our true potential than we are of anything else.
That's so true. And that's what holds us back. See, we want to say, well, we weren't taught, well, we weren't loved, well, we weren't this, we weren't that, but what are you doing for you? That's my approach when I speak to women like that. Well, tell me, I don't want to hear what they did to you. Tell me what you're doing for you. And absolutely, sometimes we don't feel that, we don't value, we don't namaste ourselves in the mirror. And that's what I love. Namaste. I say it everywhere. I go, even
that's a good point.
Kids. No, honor yourself. And if you don't know what you look like when you're honoring yourself, there's many mirrors. Just go to them. People, and I said this yesterday, they go in the mirror just to put their stuff on and they leave. They don't look at what people see. So when people compliment your beautiful smile, Dr. Miriam, I'm sure you say, why, thank you. Others would say, oh no, I didn't, my lips are chapped. I don't got no lipstick on. Or do I have a piece of lettuce in it? Just say thank you. But we don't know how, because we don't see what people see. We don't see the beauty and sincerity and the relaxation in our faces, because we're always feeling like this. We're feeling like, what's that name of the character that his hair is always sticking out? And I think to anyone listening, exactly, I open and I close the show with namaste, and we need to namaste ourselves. We need to give ourselves the little bow. I don't care if you hold yourself this way and bow, and just honor who you are, because you are stuck with who you are for the rest of your life.
I love that, Gladiator Guru. That's so true. When if you ever done yoga practice, that's usually how you end the yoga practice as a group. But that is beautiful, to look at yourself every morning, look at yourself in the mirror, and just be present and stare at yourself and just honor and see the beauty, and then do that. That's wonderful. I think that's more powerful than when people say, oh, stand in front of the mirror and look at yourself and say, you're great, you're fantastic. Sometimes when we say those things, we almost don't even want to believe it when we're saying it. But that's just being quiet and then doing the bow and saying namaste. It doesn't tell you who you are. It's just saying, I love and respect you. And it's the self. That's wonderful. That's a
And
great
if you
idea.
do it with the same joyful attitude as Dr. Miriam, because let me tell you something, I'm a happy person, because there's really no reason not to be, and if I'm pissed off, it doesn't last as long anymore. But you came in here with that smile and everything, and do that, and that's what it is. It's about, cultivate that self-trust, and then I'm thinking in Spanish, I'm sorry, but
say it in Spanish and then translate it.
Like to grow, to siembra, you reap what you sow, cosecha lo que siembra, and just do that. Just reap the beauty of the one life that you have, because when you do that to yourself, it's so easy to say, hello, Dr. Miriam, namaste, badass Buddha, namaste. Or a stranger, namaste. And then they'll turn around and say, that's not my religion. It's not mine either, namaste. And you keep walking, because you're doing it out of kindness and gratitude that you had somebody to do that to. And I think, that's a beautiful thing. Now, you say that with the different cultures and the women in Nepal can't go to school. Do you think it's like across the board, through all your travels, Dr. Marion, and you've spoken to many women throughout all your travels, correct? Do you think that the one constant link that connects us all, regardless of what tribe, what cloth wearing tribe, to what bejeweled queen in England you've came across, that love is always a conversation in all of it?
Most definitely. And that's kind of, I once decided what was my commitment, what is my sole purpose, and that is sharing that, being able to ensure that we can meet in that love that surrounds all of us.
Yeah, because love makes the world go round. It's such a cliche, but it is the truth, isn't it?
Yeah.
And love, it doesn't have to be anything but a genuine smile when you're walking across somebody in the train station, in the airport, in the grocery store. It's just a smile that says, I see you. You know how many smiles have saved people from committing suicide the following minute or something? So okay, go ahead. Explain more to us, because I'm still stuck on the red box. I have a friend from England. Shati, something like that. SHA something she lived at. It's a beautiful, hilly little village. And she has a red box in her house. And I think they're beautiful. I think they're beautiful. So I'm stuck on that, because I think they're beautiful. Go ahead, carry on.
So, so that commitment, and one of the other things that I feel, respect and self-love is what we're sharing about here. And without that self-love, it's difficult to respect ourselves, and that then conveys into the relationships that we have with others. And one of the things I love to do sometimes is write poetry. And I was thinking I wanted to share something of that with you this morning. And so this comes from my heart. So the book that one that you mentioned about, I've got here with me, and this is one of the poems that within it, and it goes like this. I woke up knowing what I was supposed to do. I already knew, but knowing it again underlines it. Through my musings, shouts the mighty quill, meandering across this page, honouring this commitment with eager words that express outrage at the lack of social justice. Listen now to what we already know, the places in us that ache the most. There you will find an unknown gem that will drive you to the core, become your guiding light. Our disbelief of not being missed, not seen, not heard, not known, our ache to be witnessed and heard by others, as we both see and hear ourselves. Beneath the anger, the shame, and lack of self-love, childhood stories, loved ones dying, our dreams in ashes. Beyond the endless quest for a glorious ending to your story, there lives in each of us a commitment, a knowledge of true self, never ceasing, a desire to be visible, a willingness to express yourself, a passion to be known. And this is what I feel. This is my commitment, is respecting myself and those I work with and share my life with.
I'm sorry, I muted. It was beautiful. Beautiful. What's the name of your book? Can you please hold it up again?
Yeah, it's The Feminine Face of Embodied Leadership.
I'll put that into the chat.
Lost
And that's on Amazon? And that's on
yes,
Amazon,
that's
right?
on Amazon, yes. And it's got some of my artwork in it as well. So.
I'm telling you, Gladiator Guru and you are soul sisters.
Yeah.
Let me put that up there. Okay.
That's
And that's available on Amazon. That's available on Amazon. That was beautiful. And with regards to that, and then also with regards to what Gladiator Guru was talking about with just smiling, when we respect ourselves, we smile more. The love just exudes out very easily. And then when we do that, we give others permission to be that way as well. You know, you can't, you could be disrespectful to somebody and smile your way through it. I mean, narcissists do it all the time. But I think for those people that are not in that category of narcissistic behavior, the smile is never a real smile. It's not that Duchenne smile where it's an actual smile where you can see it. It's those fake smiles. And it's interesting because the Tuesdays, we had a woman on Tuesday who was a deception detector. She reads micro expressions and body language. And when you look out into the world, you really start just looking at people, like observing people in a non-judgmental way, which is the mindfulness practice, which is very respectful, by the way, to just look at people and just look, not have an opinion. People are so sad. Like when you really look at their expressions on their face, you could see it, that they're sad. And I think a lot of the sadness comes from the fact that deep down, we don't know who we are. And because we don't know who we are, we don't have as much respect for ourselves as we believe ourselves to. Like if you ask somebody, do you respect yourself? I think a vast majority of people would say, yes, I do. Right. Gladiator Guru, exactly. But in reality, deep down, I don't think, and maybe this is my opinion, but I don't know, like you both can chime in on it. I don't think they do. I think that we've grown up in a society, a worldly society where Yes, women overall still to this day are considered less than overall. Okay. And some cultures worse than others. And the only ones who would ever know what that feels like is the person who's actually that gender. So when men say, "Oh, that women are equal," it's not. It's just like somebody saying when we use racial, like when African Americans versus Caucasians, it's, one does not know the other because they are not the other. So, what are your thoughts on that? Do you collectively feel like people deep down inside don't feel as that self-respect as much as they're willing to admit?
I think that is one of the big issues that we face, and if you even look at how much women are paid in relation to men, we know that there's quite a period of the year that we're effectively working for nothing because we are not, that we're still not at a parity at all, and those sorts of things can lead to feeling lesser about ourselves. So that whole thing about how do we work collectively together, and one of the things I feel that is so nurturing and supportive is that women do like to come together and sit and talk to each other and share from the heart, and those things I noticed particularly when I was working overseas. I think in our Western world we often are so busy that we don't take those spaces and time to share with others. And it's when we do, we start to realize the immense amount of support that you can draw upon and start to feel better about yourself, and look to how what part you play within your community, and that's what we're kind of working towards. How do we become caring and connected within our communities, and that's through that whole element of being able to respect ourselves and others around us.
How about you, Gladiator Guru? What are your thoughts? That was beautiful, by the way. That was so beautiful.
It was, and you're absolutely right. When you're genuine about it, when it comes from a place of kindness and gratitude, I can't say that enough. There's like, her word is authentic, Carmen's word is intentional, and I just think that those words, they just like make you smile inside and it pours forth, right? But I think that it's just that simple. It's that simple enough to honor, value, and love yourself. And that light comes out like a beam. You like when you have this light, like the disco light, and the light hits it, and then it's like a kaleidoscope of light all over the place. That's how we are. We're that walking beam, just attracting other women because, I'm Power of the Pussy. I'm all for the women. I have an art series called Power of the Pussy, and I have a workshop I'm working on, and it's just about how the women are the most powerful species to ever exist. We're the breeders of life, or the awesome aunties. And, we're the trendsetters and trailblazers. And then we forgot along the way, being busy, as you said. I think when we use that word being busy, that's an escape word. And if you are busy with bullshit, what are you really busy with? And I used to teach that being busy stood for being under Satan's yoke, because it is when you're so busy with the nonsense that you miss your purpose in life. You're off your divine path to leaving a legacy because you're so busy, filtering through the junk mail or your junk drawers or other people's issues instead of focusing on what you got to focus on. Being busy is not always being productive.
That's right. That's right. How do we go about creating respect worldwide, especially for women? How do we start, and how do we reach these other women that are in, we start local, you always start within yourself, right? And then we go locally, and then we go wider, and then how do we reach forward? So what are your thoughts? Like, both of you, Marion, you could start.
Yeah, well, I think one of the things that I find about the work that you're doing, the circle that you have around formed around us now. That is one aspect. It's like, I've got a lovely quotation here from Arundhati Roy, and I think this is it epitomizes it, is to love, to be loved, to never forget our own significance, to never get used to the unspeakable violence and vulgar disparity of life around you, to seek joy in the saddest places, to pursue beauty to its lair, to never simplify what is complicated or complicate what is simple, to respect strength, never power. Above all, to watch, to try and understand, to never look away, and never, never to forget. Another world is not only impossible, it's on its way. On a quiet day, I can hear her breathing.
Oh, that last line.
Yes.
Oh my God, that's beautiful. That's such a that's very, I can't even bring the words. See, this is Gladiator Guru's thing. She brings the words out. To be able to, it's palpable. It's palpable to be able to, that last line, be able to feel it, that it's coming, it's out there, is brings hope. You know, that is a possibility for the world. What are your thoughts, Gladiator Guru?
Absolutely. I think there's nothing to piggyback on that. And it started off, and then of course the ending just brought it all together. So it's like, all you could say is, wow, that was beautiful. Thank you for sharing that.
How do we set forth? So we said we start with us, like, and we really appreciate that you acknowledge our tribe and what we're doing, because that has been our intention for the show. Our intention is to and this is our little tag thing that we set in our announcements when we're posting, is that we are disruptors, unapologetically courageous, spiritually grounded, magically orgasmic, and we go beyond authenticity. And it's not saying that the show is just that, it's that we are that, and everyone else that's part of the show, we're telling them that this is how you can be, not how you should be. It's how you can be. We're giving them permission to step into their greatness and to be themselves. So we appreciate that, because we did want to create a platform that allowed for that free speech and that freedom to be themselves. And we're very, what's the word I'm looking for? Adamant. I don't know if that's the great word, but about making sure that stays that way, and with our guests, with ourselves, with our tribe. So thank you. We really appreciate that. So where to go from here? What can we do? How can we start today within ourselves? What are some of the questions that we can ask ourselves to check in to make sure that we are in fact respecting ourselves?
Some of the things that you've already brought to the fore about gratitude, being mindful, leaving those spaces so that we have time to reflect and to look at ourselves, and because when you look into someone else's eyes and you can see so much of yourself reflected back in them, because it's like that piece around, in the mirror of thee I see me. And if we were able to share all of that, as you know, that when you smile at someone, they nearly always return that smile. And if you can imagine a smile going on a journey, because you're going to see, if I smile, you smile, and then the person you turn to next smiles, and then you can have miles and miles and miles of smiles.
Absolutely. We start a positive virus, smiling. Even when you go to a grocery store and the cashier doesn't look up at you and she's bleep, 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 just grabbing stuff and nothing. And people are like, oh, they're rude. People don't teach. You know what I do? I look at their name tag and I say, hello, Corinne. Good afternoon. How's your day? And they'll look up surprised because you call their name, because you took the time out to look at the tag. And I said, smile, looks better on you. You have such a beautiful smile. And whoop, that's it. The smile is there. So the next people get to reap the rewards. But that's my job. That's how I view my spirit in this world. You know, it's to shake and awaken. And it's not for me to reap all the rewards of every smile, but it's for me to start the domino effect of smiles to come after I've said something. And that's where I'm okay with. You know, that's where I'm okay with myself. Is there room for growth? Yes. Do I love me? Yes. Do I honor me? Yes. Do I trust my decisions? Absolutely. You know why? Because I cannot live with regret. So whatever choices I make and whatever decisions I make, I must make them so that when I look back, I'm not living in regret. That was the choice I had to make in my life at that moment, knowing that the only one really truly affected by it or would be me. And that's how I've always been, but it's been recently that I'm like really honoring all of the eccentricities about me and understanding that nobody needs to understand me.
But in that and talk that just for those of you that are watching in the the recording, rewind that piece and listen to what Gladiator Guru just said again, because that is the epitome of self-respect. And how she feels about herself is how we all deserve to feel about ourselves. And that idea of not making an assumption when that cashier is behind there saying, oh, that they're so rude, they don't know, blah, blah, blah. You know, sometimes we just get into this headspace and they're just going along. And especially when other people don't acknowledge them most of the time. So Diana Negron, good morning, Diana. She wrote, people want to be acknowledged and seen. Absolutely. And when you're in a store and there's somebody working, they get into the habit of just sort of ignoring you because they're ignored, rather than somebody saying, oh, hey, thank you for being here today. I so appreciate you coming into work because I'm able to get the things that I need because you're here, you know, and for you to take a moment and acknowledge that person and say hello. And even if it's not reciprocated, even if that person does not smile,
They
even
don't
if the
owe
person,
me anything.
Exactly. And there's no judgment, because they could be shy, they could be an asshole. I mean, who knows? But it's not for us. It's for us to
Not
put
my
out.
business.
And
right? It's not our business.
It's not. And what you're doing is you're honoring yourself by honoring that person, no matter where they are in that moment in time. And then you leave, and maybe they were in a bad mood, and maybe they just couldn't bring it forward. But then they leave and they think about that one person like you who gave them that smile and said hello. And then they think and say, that lady was really nice. Like I was so rude to her because I was in just such a bad mood. And it gets them thinking, you know, and then maybe later on in the day, they pay it forward.
Well, and it all goes back to what Dr. Marion said. Imagine a smile going on a journey.
Yes.
Absolutely.
I love that.
I love the way you think, because that is absolute. And people do want to be acknowledged and seen, because you don't know what their day was like. Maybe they got to work late. You know, I'll be late to any job, appointment, meeting, the president, the Pope. I don't care. But I'm going to have my cup of coffee. I don't know how people are like, oh, I didn't even have coffee today. I was running late. I'm like, you are one big stupid fool, because I cannot function. I will not leave. My first cup of coffee has to be made at home. So I do it showering and dressing and getting ready. But I would be late. So anybody out there, whoever wants to meet with me and I'm late, just know I'm going to come to you very happy, because I'm coming with my caffeine. So, but yeah, so Dr. Miriam, hold up your book one more time.
Yes, certainly.
Oh, there we go.
Body leadership. Okay, I got it. I wrote it down. You wrote it down. Did you see the other visuals behind it, Laura?
Where? What do you mean? Oh, you mean the book cover itself? The book cover?
Yeah. I love it.
Yes. That's your artwork, correct?
Yes, it is. It's my artwork. And
Oh my God, I'm telling you, this is
each chapter.
you and Gladiator Guru are like twins, man. Like, it's so funny.
Yeah, there's a mandala for every chapter. And
wow.
And mandalas are something that are so beautiful as well, because they remind you of the unity of all of us.
Yes, it is. They're very beautiful, and they're very to paint them, you must have patience. You have to have patience to paint a mandala. I don't paint mandalas. No, I can't even paint them on a rock. All them little dots and all that. But see, that's not what I do. I've never had like that detailed patience my granddaughter does. But I love when people have that patience. That's beautiful. And you're right. Mandalas, people just look at them. Oh, look at all those colors, but they don't truly ever really look at the details. And it, they say God or the devil is in the details, whoever you want it to be at that moment. But the details, they're so intricate and everything. So yay, I'm glad you make those. We need more people to have patience and paint mandalas.
I can't wait to actually get the book. I think, and I think the feminine, we have a guest that's going to be coming on in December. She was supposed to be on.
Book?
Yeah, where is your book?
I don't. Hold on. I don't even
have.
have.
Here, wait, I have it. Here.
Do you have both?
I have this one. This is Gladiator Guru's book.
Which one you have?
Soul Searching for Peace. I have that one.
Okay. Yeah, and that's my artwork.
Yes.
And then this is. And that's my artwork. That's my husband who passed away from ALS. But yes, and you got to see my Dr. Marion. We'll be in contact because you got to see my recent one. My recent one is my artwork on the cover, and it's called "Come Hug Me."
Oh my, that's a delightful title.
Really isn't it?
Yeah.
Yes. So when that's done, that'll be launched after the Badass Story. Her
right.
Badass Story.
Right. We have a compilation book that's coming out on Tuesday, called Her Badass Story, and Gladiator Guru and I, among 7 other women, are sharing our personal story of trauma to triumph to transformation. And so this has been such a lovely conversation. Your energy is so lovely that the only regret that I have is that I'm not sitting next to you. We're not sitting next to you so that we could hug you, like truly, because
yes,
we're going to have to fly to England just to do that, I believe.
Yes.
Correct.
Oh my God, I'm dying to go to England. So when we should be on again? We have to have you back on. There's never enough time. And you got us all excited. We didn't even let you speak all that long. So we apologize, but it's your fault for making us this excited. So don't be angry. Expect the responsibility.
You brought this out in us.
Of you bringing this out in us. So that was phenomenal. But yeah, I love it. I love
yes. We definitely have to have you on again.
And a passage from your book that was beautiful. Thank you for sharing a piece of your, that's very what's that word? Why am I stuck on words today? It was very intimate. The way you read it, your facial expressions.
Yes.
So
yes.
Thank you for that.
Yes. We really appreciate it.
Iris, stay in the back. Stay in the back sanctuary, Iris. Look at her. I want to go as well. Now look at Chanel. We're all going to England. Via Spain, though. Via Spain. Then we'll take the train into England. But yes, Gwen Lord took the book down. So yes, we got to have you on, maybe on our night show. I don't know, but we need to have you back on. Thank you so much for gracing us with your presence.
Because we do need to speak about the feminine, the feminine energy that's for 2022. So we definitely want to have you back for that. So any last words of insight, wisdom that you would love to share with the tribe, Dr. Marion?
I really appreciate the honor that you've given me in inviting me to your show. And I would love it if everyone can somehow look inside themselves and share that love around wherever you go today.
Yes. How
Wonderful.
amazing would that be? Yes. Spread the love through a smile. Just acknowledge somebody. Don't matter. I say hi to everybody when I'm driving, or I'm like, hi. They probably I don't care. I say hi. Hi. They think I'm a weirdo, but yes, that's beautiful. Make an impact on somebody's life with something as simple and inexpensive as a smile. Not only will you brighten up someone else's day, but you also raise your spirits up with a simple smile. So go, let's do it. I dare you,
And
Cry.
start today.
I
Start
dare you,
today.
Cry, to do it today. And you, what are
Absolutely.
your last words, Laura?
I just want to say thank you, especially to Dr. Marion. This was our energy definitely shifted. I felt it. I could see it, and we had a lot of engagement. We had a lot of people on that were jumping on and off, but people were really enjoying it. So, thank you so much. And I feel very relaxed going into my day today as a result of your energy. Truly, I really do. So, thank you. We also want to say that this is the weekend, so coming up. And so for Tuesday, we have Lisa Figgins on Prioritize This. And Thursday's Thanksgiving here in the States. And so we are not going to have a guest on Thursday. We are going to do a tribute to Maya Angelou and her poem, I Rise. So it's going to be a beautiful,
just like the
beautiful time.
phoenix rising from
That's
the
right.
ashes. Yes, I love it.
So, Dr. Marion, thank you so much for being on today. We're so honored that you were here, and we can't wait. We're just doing the programming for 2022. We're just starting. So we will put you into a slot for January so that we could get your energy right at the start of the year. How does that sound, everybody? Does that sound beautiful? I think that sounds great. All right. So you're welcome, everybody, for being so supportive. Oh, all right. Well, thank you, everybody, for coming on. Have an absolutely beautiful weekend. And from the Badass Buddha, remember, be you, be real, and be extraordinary.
Yes, mi gente, be safe, be aware of your surroundings, and go spread happiness. And remember, stop, look around, and breathe in the beauty, and breathe out the bullshit. Namaste.
Namaste, everyone.
Namaste.